Hey, this is Caleb Bowman. I'm in section 2 of Literacy Block, and this is journal number 5. The first question was reflect on the diversity within your classroom. We have only maybe 1 or 2 students that may be considered gifted, and several of the students in my classroom actually need help. Like, there's at least 7 that I can think of right off the bat that are pulled out throughout the day for speech, to help reading, help with math. There's even a student in my classroom that's a AAA student, considered special education student. The economic status, it's about even the amount of students who appear to have a lower economic status in comparison to other students. There's only 2 students that are sent home with the weekend snack bags to eat on for the weekend. And then there are not any language differences and not really a lot of cultural differences. The race in the classroom is majority white. There is 1 mixed child and then 2 black children, and the rest are Caucasian. And then the school, how does it value diversity? I haven't really been able to see this very much. I do know if there's, say, a special occasion for a certain culture that's around, they will choose a leader of the week. They have a leader of the week that they announce every morning, and they tell a little bit about that person every morning in the announcements. And they'll choose someone that is important to that culture. But that's the only thing that I've seen that addresses diversity within the entire school. And then accepting each other's diversities. I have not seen a child be made fun of for having a hard time learning. I've not seen a child made fun of for their clothes. And I feel like even working in a preschool like I am right now, that's something that you see everywhere. Some, children making fun of other children because they're realizing things at such a young age. But I don't see that whatsoever in my classroom. Nobody says anything when the little boy and girl get their bags full of food at the end of the week. Nobody asks questions about it. Diversity in that classroom never seems to be an issue. When someone comes to pull someone else out, nobody gets made fun of. It's not like, oh, they're getting pulled out to have extra help. It's never said, never done, nothing is ever brought up. So diversity is handled very well in the classroom, but I've not seen a lot of talk about diversity. I've not seen my teacher address diversity and talk about it to the classroom. The curriculum, I've not seen this include a lot of information about different cultures at all, really. And my teacher's library, it's not very large, and the students don't get to use it very much. And the times that I have gotten to it to pull out a book or a story to read to the children, or for my own lesson, I've not seen books that address different cultures. I've seen it's all based on like our holidays in America, and it's just there's not a lot of diversity in the books or the curriculum that I've seen. I think if I were able to see more of the social studies side of the curriculum, maybe I would see more diversity, cultures introduced, but I've not really seen this in the classroom. So since I've not seen this, I've not seen really any personal connections. They've not been read a book that relates to a different culture. They have not been exposed to any kind of different cultures since I have been in the classroom. And then my teacher, she is really good at meeting the needs of all of her learners. even with reading and math stations are very similar. You have a station that's all by yourself that usually includes some type of worksheet. You have a station which is on Stride, and it's a internet-based program for reading and math that they do. They complete questions, and then if they get so many questions right, they earn points to play games. And then there is always a group where they team up with someone else and they play a game. And then there's a group where they go and they sit with the teacher and they work with the teacher. And then she will at times include technology or hard copy books, or it's several different things. So I feel like that's a way to meet all the learners. You use your technology, you have hard copies, you get to work with a partner playing a game, and it kind of makes things very wide. So if you're only covering one particular subject, then you can really get it by the time you've finished all 5 of those stations. And I do feel like the word work station that she has, at first I thought this wasn't very successful. I felt like it wasn't good for the students, but it is. They go to this shelving unit and they pull out either a worksheet. There's a couple of games in there. There's a dry erase board where they can write stuff down on. There's a board that they can put magnets on. It's several different activities just for word work. And I actually think that this works now because students can go up and they can do something different. They don't have to do the same thing every day. And they can pick something that they enjoy, so they're actually learning their words. They're spelling words, and they can write them, or they can form them with magnets, or they can stamp them as one of the sections. So I feel like this is very effective, and it meets all the needs of her children. And then the tools that she uses iPads, the smart board. She has a connection from her iPad to a TV where she'll sit at a kidney table and she'll have the students do a game on the iPad, and they can also see it on the TV. As if one student's doing it, the other students can see it on the TV. And at the end, sometimes there's a video that she'll pull up and they all get to watch it on the TV. And then, of course, most of the time the whole class stops what they're doing to dance along to the video. So they really enjoy that. And then she'll play, as far as like science and social studies, she'll play like a video on the TV or the smart board. And then she uses a lot of dry erase boards. Like I was saying, with the word work activities, they form words on the dry erase boards, and also as part of their like reading learning of the morning to work on their spelling words and do word work, she has all of their own individual dry erase boards. And you'd be surprised how much these kids still, as far in advance we are with our technology, they still love these dry erase boards. And then assessment. The teacher will have the students read a passage and to assess fluency and how many words they complete in a minute. And this is really stressed. It's done very often, and students who have disabilities or not quite as able to read the normal passage, they do have their own passages that they've been working on with a teacher that pulls them out. And then spelling tests, they focus highly on spelling tests. The spelling tests in these reading passages are noted in their leadership notebooks as well. So these children are very aware of how they're doing, if they're going up, if they're going down. So they're very well aware. And then I've not seen anything other than it's like learning abilities, disabilities, as far as assessment used to support diversity.